Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. It's Wednesday, new review day here on the channel, of course. Today we're going to take a look at the second album from this little supergroup of sorts on the Inside Out music label. Band is called By Six Beyond Shadowland is the album. Kind of a strange configuration here that you wouldn't think on paper would work, but it really does. And this is my first time hearing these guys. I did not listen to their self-titled debut from 2022. Like I said, this is their second album. Of course, that is Robert Berry on bass, vocals, and keyboards. Nigel Glockler on drums from Saxon. Of course, Robert Berry played with Keith Emerson and Carl Palmer back in the 80s. He's had he worked with lots of other people. He's done lots of solo projects and a lot of these kind of like prog projects and things like that. And then, of course, Ian Crichton from Saga. How these guys got together and did this? Well, they all had, or a couple of them had a little to do with that final gasp of GTR back in the day when Steve Howe was trying to keep it going after Steve Hackett left. They've done some stuff together in various incarnations of Asia, right? So these guys have known each other for a while, but this band is the first time they've sat down to do something all together, right? So let's take a look at the record here. Let's pop the disc out. There you go. And then the booklet. What is 6x6, you might ask? Is it prog? Is it metal? Is it hard rock? Is it pop? Well, it's kind of a little bit of all that. There they are. You would think with all these three guys together, you're going to get a little bit of what makes each one of them tick, right? I love the fact they got lots of pictures of the band in here and some artwork and stuff like that, right? So, so bass, keys, and vocals, Robert. Ian, guitars, Nigel, drums, produced by the band, recorded at Soundtech Studios in Campbell, California. I didn't know what to expect. I figured maybe on the surface that this would be kind of like an AOR melodic rock thing. Not quite so much, right? I mean, yeah, it's there in spots, but if it's on Inside Out, right, you figure the label is going to be like, guys, you got to make kind of like a prog statement here. And there's some prog on here, but more importantly, I think this is a just muscular, melodic hard rock album with progressive touches and good anthemic choruses. And man, Ian is such a great guitar player. One of the things I love so much about Saga is he's just like one of the most underrated guitar players on the planet. He's the guy that you never talk about when you talk about the great guitar players of the last like 45, 50 years, right? And he's one of them. He's in this band that's, listed as this kind of poppy prog band, right? And, the guys in the prog bands never get the acclaim for being the great guitar players they are, unless you're like maybe Hackett or Howe, right? Or Fripp. But, man, this guy is so good. He's got this big, ballsy, metallic tone, and his soloing is just so virtuoso, so technical and amazing, and just bursting with fire. I've always loved his guitar playing, and he is on the money on this album. On the money. For me, the best three songs are the first three. Right off the bat, you got this great commercial hard rocker Ren, and then The Arms of a Word, and then Can't Live Like This, which is so catchy but so ballsy and anthemic. All three of these tracks have just enough little prog touches, but man, Barry is singing great on here. He's got a really great voice. I always like the singing. And just hard driving drums and lots of riffs and screaming solos and just really catchy tunes, though. That's the thing. And then, Obelix is pretty cool, and you can decide. Titan is good. Outside Looking In is another standout track. Again, catchy, anthemic. You got a couple of more acoustic-based tracks on here, which are kind of mellower and poppy. I'm not as much into those. I like these guys when they're like delivering hard-charging, anthemic, hard rock with proggy textures. That, I think, is the sweet spot for them. Spectre is a really good track. I really like Sympathize. And then you got One Step is pretty good. And then The Mission is the final track. That's also another really catchy song. It's got some nice light and shade parts to it, but some great guitar playing from Ian. I dig this. I don't think the whole thing, start to finish, is absolutely stellar. Like I said, there are probably 3 songs on here that I'm not as into, but out of the 11 tracks, 8 of them I really like a lot. So I'm going to give this like 3.5 out of 5 star. It's like 3.75 is probably more accurate. I do really like it. What I like on here, I like a lot. I think the production is really good. And I think all three guys sound excellent. Like I said, this is a project I've heard about since their inception, and I've always been kind of like, that sounds kind of strange. I love Ian. I like all three guys, right? But I'm like, put them together, I don't know how that's going to work. Works really well. Works really well. So I would say easily go listen to Wren. That's W-R-E-N. The Arms of a Word, Can't Live Like This, and Outside Looking In. Those are probably my favorite tracks, but The Mission is really good, and Spectre is really good too. Give the album a listen. I'll see if I can drop a link where you can go check it out down below. But really good stuff. Classy stuff by three pros, three veterans, and if you love Ian's guitar playing, Mr. Crichton, I never knew how to say his name. If you love Mr. Crichton, you're going to love his playing on here. He's just absolutely blistering on here with big, chunky, metallic riffs and screaming solos, man. It's just like he is on the money on this entire album, but all three guys sound great. So go check it out. And this is on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.